Right, without further ado, this is perfect. I loved the little bedroom on the top floor of our pointy house. In summer, swifts nested in the roof above it, and I watched their fledglings' first flights from its window. They were perfect from the very start, soaring high to slice the sky with crescent wings. All winter I waited for them to return, and I waited for the baby who would sleep in their tiny rooftop room. The day she came was the same day that the swifts came back. They raced and chased each other, screaming over rooftops with the joy of being home. Nicola and Cathy told me that this street is inspired by a Bristolian street, which is where I'm coming from to you from today. I watched them from the window. That's how it will be, I thought. Me and my sister, racing and chasing, screaming with laughter and delight. But when my sister came home from the hospital, I could see that she would never race or chase. She didn't even scream. Her dark eyes looked at me, and she lay quite still. Can you see the boy down in the bottom corner, lying down there? I didn't want to hold her, so I ran into the garden. I lay there on my back to watch the swifts and let my tears run down into the grass, where nobody would see them. All summer long I played outside alone. When people asked about my sister, I turned my head away. I didn't want to feel the way I felt. But I couldn't love my sister, no matter how I tried. Every night I watched the swifts fly up and up into the dusk. They disappeared into the blue. Sometimes I wished that I could vanish with them. So every morning they'd be back, snipping at the air between the rooftops with their scissory wings, their screams as sharp as arrows pointing to the stillness in my sister's room. From outside in the garden, I watched them, visiting their nests in the roof above her quiet window. Then, one August dawn, I saw something on the grass, like a sooty piece of half-burned paper from a garden bonfire. A fledgling swift had crashed onto the lawn. Down on the ground, it looked all wrong. Its puny legs too small, its crumpled wings too long. But when I gently stretched them out, they were quite perfect. Its dark eye looked at me as it lay quiet in my hands. Perhaps, I thought, it only needs a little help. I went inside and carried it upwards, right up to the little bedroom on the top floor of our pointy house. I opened up the window and held the swift out on my hands so it could see the sky and feel the air. Its small feet gripped my finger for a moment, and its body trembled. Then its wings flickered, fast as thinking, and it was gone, scissor slicing through the morning air until it was a black dot high above the rooftops. I turned around and stood beside my sister's crib. Her dark eyes opened and her tiny fingers curled tightly onto mine. She smiled at me. A perfect, perfect perfect smile. Perhaps, I thought, she only needs a little help. I picked her up, so small and warm and soft, inside my arms. I took her out into the garden and we watched the swifts together. And I told her how it was going to be, the two of us together, racing, chasing, screaming with delight and laughter. And that is our story. I really hope you enjoyed that. Do let me know what you think in the comments. Such a beautiful book. It's so lovely to read that again. When we were making the show, we went into our partner school, which was May Park Primary in Easton in Bristol, and we did a whole week of workshops around the story and the illustration to try and get ideas for the show. And then when we were making it, those same children came into our rehearsal process and they helped us make it. So yeah, it was a really special time just reading the story and getting children's feedback from it. It's worth saying that when we were making the show, we partnered with this charity called SIBS, SIBS, and they are the UK's charity for people with disabled siblings. So if you want to talk to one of their professionals about any of the topics in the story, then we'd really recommend talking to SIBS because they're the experts, and they helped us make the show as well. So yeah, big up to SIBS. I thought that I would just play a little slideshow of some photos from our show of Perfect that you can stream for from tomorrow. So here they are. The show was made in 2018, and it starred an amazing Norwegian actor called Alina Hallum, who you can see here with me. She played the boy and I was obviously the mum, and she was so excellent to work with, and you can actually meet Alina during our Meet the Team Wednesdays in a couple of weeks. She's on, I think, the 23rd of June, so a couple of weeks. You can meet Alina after you've seen the show and you can ask her any questions about it. But yeah, it's a really beautiful show. It's the first show that we made with projection, but we really wanted to make the most of these beautiful illustrations by Cathy, so we used projection. We had some brilliant animators from the University of the West of England to make those illustrations into animations, and then we projected them onto that kind of curved cyc that you can see at the back there.